So the fourth and final in the quarterfinals from Super Rugby 2018 sees conference rivals, the Lions and the Jaguares, come together in Johannesburg. They had pretty similar records throughout the season, both with 9 wins and 7 losses. The Lions pretty comfortably ahead on the actual table, though, with a fair few more bonus points accumulated over the course of the season. In terms of their results against each other, the Lions and the Jaguares very much follow a pattern of the Lions win in Joburg and the Jaguares win in Argentina. So 47-27 in round 2 in Johannesburg, and then in Buenos Aires in round 6. Jaguares took it out 49-35. That's just the pattern. It seems to be that way over the last few years. Obviously, the Lions have been guilty over the last couple of years of sending a less than full-strength team to Buenos Aires, but I believe, from memory, the team they sent this year was actually not too bad, but still not able to get the job done. It's another year for the Lions where they finished top of the South African Conference, and for the Jaguares, it is their first time in the Super Rugby playoffs. So there should be a fair bit of excitement around this one. For the Lions, it's a pretty strong-looking front row. I'll put the teams in the description, by the way, but Van Rooyen, Marx and Dreyer in the front row. Whiteley continues as captain from number 8. He's fit this year for the finals, which is great because it was just sad seeing him on the sidelines last season. The guy doesn't have the best luck with injuries. Cronjé starts at number 9 because Groom, he's not going to be fit for the rest of the season. He is out. And Skosan moves onto the bench in place of Dyantyi, who comes onto the left wing. For the Jaguares, they rested a lot of their big guns last week against the Sharks. Those guys are back this week, which kind of makes sense. So you've got Sanchez, Bertrano at 9 and 10, or 10 and 9. Crevi, Petty, De La Fuente, Orlando, Boffelli, all these guys are back. And they should be fit and raring to go, having had, kind of a half week last week from the bench. Also, Matera is cleared to play. I believe there was an incident in that Sharks game which was reviewed by Sansa, but he's all cleared. So he's good to go as well. So it's pretty good news for the Jaguares. And I believe, if Google Translate is correct, that they've been staying in Johannesburg. They didn't do what England did in that South African series and stay at sea level at Durban. I believe they went to Joburg pretty much straight away. So I'm not sure if that gives them enough time to kind of get used to the altitude, but it's certainly better than staying at sea level. Jaco Piper is the ref for this one, so it is a South African ref reffing a South African team. Again, like the previous 2 games I've just mentioned, which have got similar situations, hopefully it is not a talking point. But yeah, Sansa definitely is going for this thing with that is going to pick the refs based on merit. Doesn't matter whether it's an ordinary season game or a finals game. So yeah, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite anyone. For the Lions, it's just another season where they're looking to make a deep run into the finals. They've made it to the final the last 2 years, 1 home and 1 away. It'll be pretty hard for them to get a home final this year unless the Crusaders somehow manage to slip up. But all they can do is do the job in front of them. And for the Jaguares, this is just all a new experience. So these guys should be pumped up. For some of them, it is their last time playing for the Jaguares this season. So yeah, they'll need to be putting in a shift if they want to try out and go out on a high. The Jaguares, though, despite that 9-win record, they didn't manage to get any wins in South Africa from 4 attempts. So that they had pretty good success against the South African teams over in Argentina, but in South Africa, not so much. For the Lions, they only dropped 2 games at Ellis Park this season. One which was a pretty shocking one against the Blues, and the other one kind of more expected against the Crusaders. So it's only Kiwi teams that have got the edge over them at Ellis Park. I guess we'll see if they can kind of maintain that record. The bookies have got the Lions by 9, so pretty comfortably favourites for this one. Yeah, given how much these teams get to play each other, it is another chapter to see how they go. You guys let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.